After more than 30 years on death row, Charles Crawford was executed in Mississippi for one of the most disturbing crimes of the early 1990s. This is the story of the kidnapping, rape, and murder of 20-year-old Kristy Ray and the decades-long legal battle that followed. On Wednesday evening at the Mississippi State Penitentiary in Parchman, 59-year-old Charles Crawford was pronounced dead at 6:15 p.m. following a lethal injection. His execution comes just months after Mississippi carried out the death sentence of its longest-serving death row inmate in what has become a year of increasing executions across the United States. The crime dates back to January 29, 1993. Kristy Ray, just 20 years old, was abducted from her parents' home in Tippah County, Mississippi. When her mother returned, Kristy's car was gone, and a handwritten ransom note was left behind. That same day, another ransom note, this one made from magazine cutouts, was discovered in the attic of Crawford's former father-in-law. It referenced a woman named Jennifer. That clue led investigators to begin searching for Crawford, who was arrested the next day. He claimed he had just returned from a hunting trip, and later told authorities he blacked out and didn't remember killing Kristy Ray. At the time of his arrest, Crawford was only days away from standing trial for a separate 1991 attack. In that case, he was charged with raping a 17-year-old girl and striking her friend with a hammer. In two separate trials, he was convicted of both the rape and the assault. Those convictions played a critical role in his fate. During the capital murder trial for Kristy Ray, his previous rape conviction was considered an aggravating circumstance, which helped pave the way for the death sentence. For more than 3 decades, Crawford fought to overturn his sentence. His final appeal reached the U.S. Supreme Court just before his execution. The court declined to step in, but 3 liberal justices, Sotomayor, Kagan, and Jackson, issued a strong dissent. Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote that Crawford's own lawyers had violated his rights by conceding his guilt at trial without his permission, despite a 2018 Supreme Court ruling stating that attorneys cannot override a defendant's choice not to admit guilt. She argued Crawford was executed without ever getting a real chance to contest the state's evidence. But the court's majority gave no explanation, and his appeal was rejected on procedural grounds. Chrissy Nobile, who represented Crawford in his final appeals, described him as a respected and uplifting presence on death row. She said he worked inside the prison and advocated for other inmates. On his last day, he visited with family and a preacher before the execution. The Associated Press attempted to contact Kristy Ray's family but received no reply, and Crawford himself did not respond to media requests. His execution